Hey guys, so I've realized that I've actually never done a Q&A before, and I felt like I was kind of overdue. You guys may know me as the cheap computer building guy, but I promise you there's more to me than that. So we're gonna dive deep into some of the questions that you guys wanted answered. Some of them they're kind of sus, but I'll do my best to answer some of them. We'll see how this goes. But before I do that, I do want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this Q&A/AMA. I'm sure you guys already know who they are, but Skillshare is an online learning platform where you can basically learn new skills, new trades, learn more about yourself, just a lot of different options. You get access to all of these high quality lessons from reputable teachers at an affordable price of just around $10 a month. Something that I've recently picked up is songwriting. I personally listen to a ton of music and I just love a good song that has great, rich lyrics, and I want to be able to do that. So I checked out Your Enlightened Guide to Songwriting by Adam Sweeney and Chris Marin's Beginner's Guide to Songwriting. Both are great to get your foot in the door if you have no clue where to start like myself. And in the process, I've actually written some pretty cool songs, if I say so myself. If you guys are interested, then click the link in the description. The first 1,000 people to click the link will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. So join now and let me know what you guys think. Okay, time to answer some of your questions. Oz, do you anxiety issues? Come out swinging. I love it. I'm sure you guys have already seen a lot of the calming build guides to fight anxiety on the channel. So obviously, if it's not clear, I have struggled with anxiety in the past. Thankfully, I'm at a point where it's not something that is so drastic that it overtakes my thinking and my thoughts, my physical health like it has in the past. Thankfully, I've gotten help and things are pretty smooth. Top 3 favorite music artists, top 3 favorite albums, top 3 songs. This is such a hard question to answer for so many different reasons. My top anything changes depending on the season of life I'm in, what I'm experiencing. So I don't have top 3, but favorite music artists, I would say Jonathan Ogden, who is a Christian indie pop artist, and then Frank Ocean, which, do I have to explain who that is? You guys know who that is. As for albums, Discovery by Rivers and Robots, which the lead singer is Jonathan Ogden, and then Blonde by Frank Ocean. Shocker, right? And then top 3 songs, I recently rediscovered the album How I'm Feeling Out by Charlie XCX, which was her quarantine album. She has the song Forever, which is probably one of the best pop songs I've ever heard. So definitely that. Like I said, it's crazy how quickly my answers change. I'm editing this right now and I'm pretty shocked at what I said. Not that those are bad albums and songs, but right now I'm not really listening to them. So other honorable mentions include Daft Punk, Discovery, also Kanye, I guess old Kanye, so Graduation, College Dropout, I just listened to that. And then Lorde, I'm rediscovering some of her old stuff and it's really good. So Axel asks, are you thick though? So call out my name. Haters will say that was photoshopped. I don't know, Axel. See for yourself. Are you ever going to do another collab with Low Spec Gamer or another YouTuber again? Great question. Yes, I hope so, anyway. The bad thing about YouTube is that it can be, or content creation in general, is that it can be a very lonely job, especially in the tech space. So collaboration obviously is one of the ways to fix that. So any tech YouTubers out there that want to collab, hit me up. I'm totally up for it. Aya, or Ia, asks, do you lift or work out? Yeah, I really need to get better about working out consistently, even if it's just going on runs, because that's a place in my life that I have been slacking. And I think the reason why I slack is because I played sports super competitively for like 7-8 years. I have a lot of leeway, so I can work out for 4 months and I still kind of look the same. I go back to the gym and within like a few weeks, I get back to what I was. The fact that I've kind of worked out my entire life is working to my detriment psychologically, if that makes sense. I don't think I explained that very well, like at all. Sometimes I work out. From Mudkip, what was your motivation to start YouTube? Yeah, so I built my first computer when I was 13. I only spent about $300 on the machine, but when I was doing that, I didn't see a lot of resources for super budget computers. And so after I built my computer, I naturally kept up with the industry, and I figured, you know what? I kind of want a creative outlet. I still like budget, cheap computer stuff. Why not just make a video about it? And so I uploaded my first few videos. They started to do well. I guess the algorithm picked it up, and here we are now. Okay, so this question from Kenny Hood, which I really appreciate your support, Kenny, by the way. You've been here for a while, constantly supporting. For someone for whom money is no object, what specs, price point would you point them toward in an effort to remain frugal and not wasteful? Basically, how would you apply a healthy budget mindset to a non-budget computer build? So like you want, like you mentioned, like 1440p, 100 FPS. I think the best way to do it is to write down your requirements like you did, and then give yourself a set budget and then just stick with it. Beyond that, like you'll have to do some research, but if you know what you want and you know how much you're willing to spend, I think that's a happy marriage to ensure that you stay within your boundaries and you get what you need. From Matthias Mouse, we have, do you know of any decent GPUs that aren't extremely expensive right now? Also, how's life, my dude? Life is going well, thank you for asking. Do you know of any decent GPUs that aren't super expensive right now? I've posted this in a few different videos. For under $150, you can't get yourself a lot, but you can get yourself usable 1080p video cards. Basically GTX 960 performance, maybe GTX 970 performance and lower. So GTX 760, 1050 Ti, 950, RX 470 maybe if you're looking locally, but that's about it. Will iGPUs ever be made with RDNA 2 or at least RDNA 1? AMD's holding on to Vega 3 for 3 generations. Yes, but I don't think it will happen until AMD moves onto their next platform, AM5, probably late next year. I think right now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, the amount of bandwidth necessary to even push Vega graphics with the DDR4 is like kind of at its limit right now. So I don't think things will get any faster until we switch over to DDR5. And I think that's what AMD is waiting for. From Felix, we have 2 questions. In your honest opinion, did the AMD FX lineup age better than the old quad-core CPUs by Intel? No, not at all. No. They did not age better. Yeah, not in the slightest. And then the second question, do I think there's going to be a shortage from other hardware? There kind of is already a shortage in terms of processors because of demand right now and the semiconductor shortage, but I don't think we're going to see it to the extent of video cards. And that's mostly because, one, it's a lot cheaper and easier to manufacture a CPU than a GPU, and two, motherboards, power supplies don't really use semiconductor technology, at least to the extent that GPUs and CPUs do. So we should be fine there. Hopefully the whole GPU market will be normal before the end of the year. From Jacob, we have, since you recently graduated from college, graduated in December, by the way, boo. What's next? Full-time job, more school, full-time content creator. So right now I am doing YouTube full-time, but how do I want to word this? I like making videos, I like making content and all of that, but I really miss the engineering programming side that I had in school. When you start making videos full time, there are deadlines you have to meet. I have to ensure that like I'm getting paid to put a roof over my head and food in my stomach, my tummy. And because of that, it kind of sucks out some of the fun from making videos. I can't make them on my own time as much. There's some ideas that I just have to scrap because they'll take too long or I have to push off. There's so many different factors that I wasn't expecting. So right now I'm doing YouTube full time, but I'm debating whether or not I want to get a job, do that full time, and then just go back to doing YouTube part time and then uploading every 3 weeks or so, every month, like a long form content, high quality video every month. I think something like that would be more satisfying than kind of what I'm doing now, which is weekly uploads to get the bills paid. Oh wow, this is a good segue into the second question from Jack. How did you manage to juggle school and content creation? Do you have any tips that you could share, things that help with time management? To be honest, Shaq, I'm probably the worst person to give any kind of advice on time management. But one thing I can recommend that I say you should always do for school is treat school like a 9 to 5. Probably more like a 7 to 6. So from maybe 7 to 8 a.m. until like 5, 6 p.m. dinner time, only do school. And then after that, you can schedule out time to do content creation stuff. Or you can break it up. You can do from 7 to 11 and then from like 4 till 9, whatever works for you. Just make sure you get a solid day of schoolwork every single day, because that should be your priority over content creation. All right, from Greg, thank you Greg for sending a question. 64 gigs of RAM with 1 gig SSD or 4 gigs of RAM with a terabyte SSD, which one would I choose? Easily number 1. No question about it. 4 gigs of RAM is unbearable for what I do. I can get by with a 100 gig SSD. I'll just buy an external SSD or something, assuming we can't upgrade these computers, because the obvious answer would be like, it doesn't matter, I'll just upgrade. Duh, Greg. Duh. And then from TJ, so he has 2 questions. What's your favorite piece of budget hardware? Probably the GT 1030. I have milked so much content out of the GT 1030, like it is not even fair. I feel bad for that card. As for your second question, as a creator, what is your most gratifying video? This might sound a little weird, but my most recent $100 gaming PC video. And I'm very happy about that because I felt like I had to rush that video out to meet a sponsored deadline. And when I was making the content and putting it together, I wasn't really sure how it would turn out. But by the end of it, I was very happy because it was, in my opinion, I think it was clear and to the point. It explained everything that needed to be explained. It showed performance, it showed the process, and it's modular. I gave tips that will survive even if stock is low or inventory is gone. And also I think my personality came out in it a lot more than my other videos. So I think everything about it is just really good. Definitely my favorite video. And then lastly from Lahoning, probably butchered that, I'm sorry. How do you feel about your community? I love you guys. No, seriously, you guys are great. This is a great question to end all of this, because without you guys, I really wouldn't be here. Yeah, a lot of you have seen so many different changes from when I first started to where I am now. And it's been really cool to have familiar faces that have been here the entire time. Okay, but I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for entertaining me for a little bit, answering really good questions, and giving me the opportunity to talk about myself with you guys. If you guys like this video, you can leave a like. If you loved it, share, subscribe. Make sure you check out Skillshare in the description below so you can start your own SoundCloud rap career. I don't think I ever told you guys this, but I do have a rap song. If you're at stream, you would know it, but I'll let you guys find it or figure it out. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.